Hey, wonderful people. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. How's it going? Hope everybody's doing good and you are in good health. Today I'm going to be doing a requested video by one of my brothers in the fragrance group that I have on Facebook called Fraiche Bangladesh. I actually scrolled down. I should have found it, but I scrolled for at least 35 to 40 minutes, like trying to find who this brother was. But he actually told me, brother, I'm waiting for your top 10 green fragrances list. And I thought of like the whole topic. I looked for it on my channel because I often forget what I have done, but I couldn't find it, so means I didn't do it. So I do not have that many green fragrances, to be honest, because green is one note. Green notes are something that I do not wear all that often. I am very big fan of blue fragrances, sweet fragrances, okay? But I'm gonna be picking up few ones that I have sold off many, but whatever I'm remained with, I'm gonna show you 10 fragrances plus one. At this hour someone's honking, okay, sorry. So it's 2 a.m. in the morning, some guys are stuck at the gate. Anyway, so I'm going to be showing you 11 fragrances plus 2 honorable mentions, okay? These are strictly my choices. I have picked them up randomly from when I'm looking, and I perhaps missed a couple of fragrances here and there, good ones perhaps, but these are more or less really good fragrances if you like green. So green, what do I mean by green is not everything has to be one green like vetiver. There's also green like mint, leafy like green, that can be a green note. It could be an aquatic, like a seaweed note, like underwater marine life, that kind of green. It could be a mint, okay, like did I say mint already? Yeah, mint. It could be neroli, that is kind of like you can say it's like citrus, but it's like a, when you see the picture of orange flower and you see some leaves around, it gives you sort of like citric sort of feel. So it gives you sometimes feel of green, you know what I mean? So some of the fragrances here may not be your according to you, could maybe your not most favorite note or fragrance, but these are my choices, remember that. And I picked them up according to my order, 10 to 1, as per my liking. Number 1 I like the most, number 10 I'm not gonna say like the least, but yeah, in this list, yes. So honorable mentions, I have actually kind of picked up 2 fragrances which are very similar, but they are hugely different in quality. These are Aspen by Coty. This one right here, beautiful little bottle, green bottle. You can find these in USA, 110 ml, 180 18 ml. Very inexpensive fragrance, piney sort of green. And this fragrance, it's like you can find it at a drugstore for $8-10, for this bottle. And that one is very, people say, has sort of vibes of Green Irish Tweed by Creed, which is like one of my older bottles. This is a tester, I think, yes, of on the vintage batches. So thing about this Green Irish Tweed, that is like hugely loved and supported in the community. Many people love it. Big reviewers love this fragrance. I just somewhat couldn't find it as my most favorite Creed, to be honest. The reason being, perhaps it's kind of like a dated smell, or the whole smell of grassy vetiver. There's no citrus, there's only lemon verbena, which doesn't smell like so much of lemon to me, and no sweetness, nothing. So this fragrance kind of like always was like I like it once a month or twice a month, something like that. So these 2 are my honorable mentions, Green Irish Tweed by Creed and Aspen by Coty. These 2 have green feel to them. So now I'm hitting the top 10. I'll start with number 10. Number 10, yeah, is one fragrance I really like actually. From these other 2, this is similar to those, but I like this over the other 2. That is Davidoff Cool Water. This is a classic. This, if you love Fahrenheit by Dior, if you like CK1, if you have been fan of this fragrance from that time, this is kind of like a blue fragrance, but it has this green aspect. It has lavender, but that green I think comes from, I don't know, there's a green note there. That's all I smell. It's like a very much like Mark described it. Imagine you're walking towards a forest or something like that, like all over grass, and you find a lake in the middle. So it's like blue in the middle of green. So that's the description that always comes to my mind. It's kind of like they say Green Irish Tweed was what? Inspired by this, or this inspired Green Irish Tweed. Either way, I forgot. But people all around the globe love this fragrance. Cool Water by Davidoff. The original one is my number 10 pick. Try out this fragrance, still a very beautiful juice. Number 9, I'm going to focus on this note. I know this has the note of mint, and this is a very minty, strong, sweet, and beast mode fragrance, for like a fresh fragrance for all year round, but it does its wonders in winter time. Okay, really, it has that push. This is why I picked this up over Jean Paul Gaultier, Popeye, or Superman. This is cheaper than those and much longer lasting. Joop Homme Sport. This, if you know Joop Homme, the whole thing is green, pink bottle, what am I saying? Pink juice in the bottle. This is kind of like green, here's the mint, and there's some watery aspect, and here's some sort of sweetness. This is the combination of this particular perfume. It's really smooth. If you like mint, I highly recommend you check it out. This is kind of like a underrated fragrance in my opinion. Very beautiful balance between the sweet, water, and mint. Very crunchy, sort of cooling, frozen mint. Okay, amazing fragrance. Joop Homme Sport number 9. Number 8 is a classic, another classic. This fragrance has to make the list anyhow, somehow, I don't care. This is Sick Eternity for men. They have recently released EDP version of it, but I think I'll stick to this for as far as green fragrances go. I think this fragrance is the one that deserves the credit. The new EDP is pretty nice too, but this one right here, it gives you the feel of Vetiver, and it's kind of like a spicy, not really spicy, it's kind of like a green soapy kind of fragrance, and it's very pleasant and very well sold all over the world and still selling a lot. Okay, Sick Eternity is a little bit as a like a mature man's vibe, but I highly recommend this if you're looking for a classic gentleman kind of a feel with decent performance. Sick Eternity for men, number 8. Number 7, classic after classic, Rabanne, one of my absolute favorite. There's no what do you call argument on this one, or there's no confusion in this one. This one, I have so many memories of this fragrance. It just smells like nature. It has that green vibe and it has vanilla. So the green, I think it's kind of like a very strong green, and it's like a piney outdoorsy smell. I forgot exactly what green I'm looking at here, but the fragrance is beast mode. Any time of the year you can wear it, but it has this kind of like a, I would say, mature feel, but at the same time outdoorsy. If you go up in the mountains, imagine it's kind of cloudy and it's kind of cool, and you are surrounded by a lot of trees and stuff. This is a fragrance you really do well, if you backpack and just take hiking and stuff. Rabanne, ultimate classic and a very inexpensive fragrance, a gem of a fragrance. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Then we're gonna hit top 5. Number 6 just missed out by a little bit to make it top 5, but it's a top seller. It's the grassy green. I love this fragrance. If I just want to go outdoors for sports, if I just want my fragrance to last a long time, and the fragrance is recognized by most people. This one, Carolina Herrera, right? 212 Men. It used to be called 212 NYC Men. I think NYC Men or something like that. This comes with a magnetic top. This is my 200 ml. There is also 100 ml and stuff like that, smaller bottle. This fragrance has some peppery kick to it, okay? If you do not like pepper, avoid this fragrance. But the grass, very refreshing. It's very sporty, and you don't have to worry about the performance with that. Even newer batches really lasts almost all day. Okay, so if you really want to upgrade from your body sprays and X and something nicer, something beast mode, this is a good starter fragrance from this house. Carolina Herrera 212 Men. Amazing grassy note, very fresh and everyday use for summer. 212 Men, number 6. Now I'm going to show you top 5. Remember, these are my picks. It can differ from yours. You can easily pick number 10 or even the, what I call the honorable mention, like Green Eyes Tweed could have been number 1. It's always choices that differs from people to people. It's just one man's suggestion. Remember that, okay? Number 5, I'm gonna go with my favorite from House of Versace, one of them. This is my older bottle of Versace, the Eros. Eros, the original Eros, the green bottle. So this is, I think, before reformulation severely hit Eros. I have the first reformulation, I guess, and I have a big 200 ml somewhere at the back. That is the newer batch. So this fragrance, the older batches, they last even summer and winter. The newer batches last really well in winters. Summertime is okay. So what this green you get is mint once again. I love the note of mint. If you really see me, I picked this for the place of Cartier Roadster. Okay, and that is one of my favorite fragrances. I missed out on that because of this. And it's very sweet. Tonka, my god, the fragrance is just bonkers. If you go clubbing, if you're sweating a little bit, just playing around, dancing, flirting, this is a great fragrance. Very modern, tonka bean heavy, sweet mint, and you get apple, vanilla. Amazing little fragrance. Everybody must try Eros at some point of their lives. Versace Eros, number 5. Number 4 is going to surprise you. It's a little bit inexpensive compared to the other ones, and this fragrance, it doesn't matter what the price tag is. This fragrance is GOAT, GOAT of many. This is Encre Noire Sport. Why? sport one. Why not the original one? Original one, the extreme one, a little bit too dark, focus a little bit more on the inky vetiver. This one is right here, has that grapefruit, and it has that still that vetiver. So that it brings up that beautiful vetiver, the green aspect through the grapefruit. And the grapefruit is so mouth-watering. It smells so natural. It has that original backbone of Encre Noire, but at the same time, this fragrance remains like more versatile. This is the Mr. Versatile of the lineup. I would highly recommend you try Encre Noire Sport. It's a very beautiful bottle, very inexpensive, and really lovely, masculine, upper class niche quality juice. Okay, Encre Noire Sport for that beautiful vetiver that it brings out through the grapefruit. This is number 4. Number 3. Okay, this fragrance, many will debate me. Like, this is not at all green. Yes, there is green. I'll explain to you. Terre d'Hermès, Terre d'Hermès Eau Très Fraîche. This is the fresh version of that fragrance with that white cap. This is, I think, Neroli, or what is it? Let me spray this once again. I'm wearing something there. Yeah, it has that. Oh, yeah, I remember. It has that green lemon or green orange, sort of like a very, very young orange sort of opening. Kind of feels like Neroli at the same time, but it's more like the green orange. Then it has some vetiver that has the Terre d'Hermès orange sort of combo. So it gives me sort of like a rainy day feel, raining on the top of the, trees and the leaves, it's getting refreshed, rejuvenate. Oh, my English, horrible. Anyway, so the fragrance basically makes you evokes the feeling of raining on the greenery everywhere. So that's why I love Terre d'Hermès Eau Très Fraîche. I had another one that I sold off, Un Jardin sur le Nil. I would have shown you that one for the green mango, but this one I'm showing you today because this is one I own right now. Okay, number 2, and then we're going to show you number 1. Number 2 is a fragrance no one's going to expect to see here. Okay, the reason being, this fragrance is not kind of forgotten over time, but this is Jacques Cavalier's, I think, one of the masterpieces ever. And based on this, there are a lot more flankers, but I love this one till date for the smell. Perhaps not the longest lasting now, but the smell. Bvlgari Aqva Purum. This is the dark green bottle. It has one of the most unique bottles. I love these bottles. I have some juice left here. This, the mechanism, like if you remember, like it sprays like this, built-in atomizer, and it has that feeling of underwater sea world. It has the seaweed note. It's very aromatic kind of fragrance and green fragrance, okay, and aquatic at the same time. The time it came out, people just absolutely love this fragrance. People who loved the first batches, the very vintage batches, they would have great memories of this. So the seaweed note makes this a green fragrance for me. I love this fragrance a lot, guys. Bvlgari is one of the masterpieces ever. And it smells just stunning. Many people may not like it because it has that kind of old school vibe. But Bvlgari Aqva, hands down, one of the best green fragrances ever. Leads me to number 1. It has a tie. These are the 2 fragrances I couldn't make up my mind which one I'm going to go for. So I picked up both. I picked up these 2. You guys know, you guys see, okay. I could see where it's coming from. This is the niche version of this. Yeah, they are both well known. The Vetiver, Yes, exactly. I read your mind. This is Mugler cologne. The new version, it's called Come Together. Horrible name. I'm just ashamed to say that. And the second one is Original Vetiver by Tweed. I think Mugler created this one first, and this one was inspiration to make a soapy kind of green neroli based scent, which is fresh out of the shower, and it's citrus. It doesn't have any thick musk or anything like that, and it's just lovely. Every man loves this fragrance. Okay, guys, there's nothing to hate about this fragrance. Even if I think Mugler make this fragrance for people who do not like to wear fragrances. That's why I just remember he went for a trip overseas, and it was like he wanted to bring back the memories of those trips, and that's why he created this. It has this simplistic approach which is uncommon in Mugler. Okay, so now they're making a lot of these colognes of different colors, but Mugler cologne is my number 1 alongside Original Vetiver. Original Vetiver by Tweed is just a different level. Okay, yes, I always said you can have each other or one over the other. If you have budget constraint, you can get this. You can have a very nice fragrance. But if you can afford Original Vetiver, just want to finish with one story. This one has a prominent note of vetiver, but also that got the neroli. It has this beautiful opening. Moment you smell it, it's just nothing like it. I love this a lot. The first day I smelled it on paper, I did not have enough cash. I borrowed some money from home. I bought it because I was scared someone's going to take this bottle because it was the last bottle in one of the shops here. Since I got this, I always buy my creeds because of the love. I love Virgin Island water. I love Aventus cologne. I loved Aventus, many others, but this remained one of the most underrated gems in Creed's house. I think this should be their top seller, but original Vetiver is a man's fragrance, you know, with all the luxury in the world. Okay, so original Vetiver and Mugler cologne #1. I hope I could do justice to this green scenario. I missed out on many fragrances. I'm sorry about that, and these are just the one that's available to me for the time being. Take care, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, brother. And I'm so sorry. I should have taken note. I'm so sorry. I will mention it in the group if I find out. Take care, guys. Enjoy the video and try out some of these fragrances. I'll see you soon. Good night from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Bye bye.